Petra and me were just having a chat before we started to record this video because she has a really beautiful view on nature, on the truth of reality, and I really want her to share these things with you. We were just talking about how those billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg, CEO from Facebook, or Sam Altman, CEO from OpenAI and ChatGPT, or Peter Thiel, who is very deeply invested in artificial intelligence as well, they are all building underground bunkers. And other billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they are building rockets. So some billionaires want to leave the planet and other billionaires want to hide inside the planet. And we wanted to talk about this because we think they're missing something really deeply. They're so much into their world of creating bigger and bigger wealth and bigger companies and have more success, and it becomes more and more disconnected from reality. And we want to have a really cool conversation with you about that today.
Because we wanted to make this video about giving you possibility to open up for something greater than you've ever thought you are.
I was just watching a video today where somebody was doing some special meditations for the Lionsgate, for those portal and whatever it's called. And they were saying that they had some really transformative experience and they feel like their life is completely changed financially, in relationships, spiritually. And it also has a lot to do with the placebo, right? We give it meaning. We think, okay, now is a very big portal, 8th of 8th, and we have to use this because there will be some divine message in it. And that's why the people make time to sit down and to do really intentional meditation that actually will create some effect in their life. But is it really the 8th of 8th, or was it just their belief in it and their willingness to sit down and to really be sincere with the meditation and really create some change in their lives?
And I am a person who doesn't like to put down anything like Lionsgate or any help for people to become greater than they are. But when Raphael confronted me about the Lionsgate and about the meditation, I have a feeling that this is so clear and clean that it became such a marketing and just pumping money out of people that I really wanted to talk about what I feel. So I used an example of storches. We were driving 2 weeks ago around this huge field in the middle of nowhere, and there were like hundreds of storches. And we were amazed. We didn't know what's happening with the planet. We didn't know what's happening, you know. But then we were studying about it, and they actually are gathering to prepare themselves for the flight to south.
And it's not even that they gather and then they immediately go. This is like something that happens a few weeks or months before.
Previously, yeah.
They will actually later all together fly to the south.
And then we are driving somewhere and they are in their nests, and I'm thinking, you know, how do they know where to gather? Because they don't have a phone, they don't have a Google Maps, they don't have any GPS, and they don't have a mobile phone to call each other. Hey guys, are you going? And that one has a problem with kids, so he's not coming, and kids are sick there and they are not coming. No, there's everybody there, because in that space where they just picked it, and I don't know who picked it, if this storage or that storage, if there is some leader or everybody's leading.
Why exactly there? Why do they all know where to meet?
And it's this emergence. It's also flock of birds or fish in the water, you know, you see these huge amounts of thousands of fish and they are just going the same directions, you know. It's beautiful. And this is to me a gate. This is to me a divinity in its truth. And if you would like to cross some barriers or cross some portals, you can do it anytime. And if you just look at these birds are preparing, and it's so magical and mystical how they could communicate, how they pick the space, how do they know that from 7 o'clock they come there and they are there until 9:30 or I don't know, and then they go to their nests again and then they come back second day, and they spend together so many days and months before, and they gather and then they fly away.
And what are they discussing during that time?
Yeah,
some are sitting on the trees, some are sitting on the field, and
yeah,
they're flying around. Like, what's happening there?
yeah, and they are leaving maybe in September or October from this country to south, and they are actually just joining the crowd, the flock of birds. They are just joining all of them at once, same time. They just fly, and they are just having some internal signal, the divine signal, which is in everybody. And we are tricked by the mind about dates and about the huge amazing names like Lionsgate portal and so on. We don't have to call it this way.
You were also saying, why don't we call it
Mantis Gate?
Mantis Gate, or
you know, why don't we? Because mantis is also, I get it. We have to adore this. This can kill you in a second, and this lion is very strong and powerful, and it's a king. But would the lion be living if we didn't have the bugs here, and if we didn't have the mantis, and if we didn't have bees in this planet? And we want to get to those people who are investing into AI and into this beautiful technology, which makes our life easier. And that's why you can see us on this video, because those people forget that we are all owning this planet, and we are all, every one of you watching this video needs to protect this planet, needs to make conscious decisions.
Owning is not the right word. We are part of this planet. We came from the soil, we will go back to the soil. Everything is borrowed.
It's borrowed. And we are just, we can be amazed by everything what we take for granted, sprouted seeds. This was totally nowhere like this tree. They were not here a few years ago. It was nothing. It was like grass and nothing else. And here is a huge jungle, and it's just happening in front of your eyes, so you don't even see these miracles. And I want people to see miracles, because they are happening all the time. And it's not about Lionsgate or anything like that. It's happening all the time. Yes, these dates can support your consciousness about things, awareness, because
also because a lot of people put there a lot of attention, and it's also creating collective energy.
Yes.
But it is coming more from the mind. And when we go back to the example of the storches, we could have somebody commenting on this video and say, oh, actually, that's a very normal behavior. They do this, they do that, and then they will eventually fly away. They choose this location because of these reasons. And it would all be explained to our mind, and we could just, all right, okay, maybe it's not as miraculous as we thought.
And you want to meet us a little bit more, so we want to communicate with you how we see things too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't buy into this scientific explanation about those birds, that they are just whatever scientifically proven. We've observed something, but we have no idea how they communicate. We have no idea what they are doing. And it's impressive, amazing. And you have to be standing and looking at those storches and be in awe, because there is nothing else to do. And just be quiet. Quiet your mind, quiet all the chatter in your mind, and just look at them, because it's impressive. Like, I can't express it in words.
And we can have this awe and wonder into the very most detailed thing of nature. I can take here a flower petal, and I can observe it and see how the structure is built and where is it coming from, and then it will be decomposing itself. Like, it's all a miracle. And I really love when Sadhguru talks about it. He says he just always observed things, and he said he can look at an ant, or he can look at a bug or a leaf for hours on end, and he still doesn't know what it is, where it's coming from, how this all works. We will try to always dissect things and cut things open to figure out how it's put together, how it works, so we can explain it with our mind. That's the human mind. We still try to do that, but there is something so miraculous in all those little things. We just have to look around, forget about those facts that we know about things, and just honor this beauty of these wonders that we experience every day.
Yeah, so back to those billionaires. I very much adore, or I can't say anything bad about billionaires, but if you have, maybe I was thinking, if you have a lot of money, then you might get a little bit, the mind can get a little bit out of control in certain things, and you feel and you think, you might have a feeling that when you create space for yourself underground with all the air conditioning and all these kind of amazing things, that you will be actually surviving and whatever you need. But it's not true. We are built to walk on this earth. We are built to see the sunlight. We are built to, you don't see it in air with your eyes, but there is constantly microbiome communication, energetic communication from these trees, from the plants, from the dust, from the birds, from the cars, which are hundreds of or millions of miles away, or from everything, and it's mingling, and you are taking it in to your body and you're exhaling it out of your body with the information, with the complete information about your own body, the shape, the state you are in, and so on and so on. And it changes you every time you inhale and every time you exhale. This is what I feel strongly about, and this is how I perceive what we are doing. So every time I do something, I do any decisions in my life, I am considering these things. I know that it's not always easy. I also use airplanes. I also eat meat sometimes. I also understand that people drink milk from cows which are trapped somewhere. I don't judge anybody, because judgment and anger is creating bad energy and it doesn't help to anybody. But we can become more conscious, and we can become more loving to our environment, and actually become the gardeners and become the people who care, who have like a compassion and care and are in constant awe about our planet.
I'm totally into it. We have our garden here that I built about 3 years ago, and I can just look at it every single day. I check each little plant, how they're developing. I just saw today that watermelon starts to have a little brown spot on the bottom, so I turned her around. Hopefully she will be fine. But it's just so much beauty in this, and to connect with it.
A lot of people are constantly working on themselves. You have to love yourself more, you have to be better, and love your neighbor as yourself. But nobody talks about loving the place you live in, loving the environment, the air you're breathing, loving these things. You basically inhale love every moment you inhale, because you are basically nourishing your body all the time. And if you don't inhale and exhale all the time, you are not existing in this body anymore. And I feel that it's such a powerful information that we forget about it, because we are depressed that we can't love ourselves enough. I was also depressed in the past. I couldn't love myself, I didn't know how to do it. But who cares? You look at the nature, you sit in a nature, you are in a forest, and you don't have to still talk about it. You can just experience what the forest is offering you, and there is nothing more than unconditional love there. Because you can go to the tree and you can scar it, and the tree will just be there anytime, and it will do as much as it can to repair. And here around us there were people cutting forest. It was feeling very painful to me that they were cutting huge, very old trees.
Within 3 days, all forest was gone.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. And those people didn't know better, because they were in their job. They didn't care, right? Because they have to do the job. Like, somebody has to go and kill those beautiful animals like cows or pigs, which we call beef and pork, And I am not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that the elegance and love which we can put into this process can be much greater, and everybody can do this. So if you don't care about yourself, if you are writing us, for example, some comments where we try to help you and you still having like these suicidal thoughts, maybe just go in a forest, maybe just forget about yourself for a little bit and look around you. Look around you what needs to be planted or what needs to be watered, and maybe you will, you know, you will maybe have different impression about where you live. I also wasn't a very happy person when I was growing up. I also had a lot of things happening in my life, and I also was having these tendencies to think about how it would be to end it here. But now when I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to you, I feel that it's very miraculous, and we are very happy people to actually have enough of everything what we truly need. Like, you know, we take for granted that every time I inhale, I take it for granted. Everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
And there is happening millions of processes in our body, you know. So, and we saw in Dr. Joe's retreat, when you throw a stone into the water gets exactly the measurements, the size, the weight of the stone, and it creates the ripples, the shape, and you can actually, from every drop, you can just create exactly the hologram of this stone. And this is, I was like, wow, I have the same perception about wind, because when wind enters our house, I have a feeling that the wind also scans the whole house, the walls, the people inside, the concrete information in a home, and it just carries it away somewhere else.
Because if there was one painting at the wall missing, the wind would have a different information once it's going out. And I really like this example also on the cruise ship. Petra and me were on the cruise last year, that every single person that steps on this cruise will cause the ripple effect, the waves from the ship, to create a different pattern. If one person wouldn't be there, the waves would look completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something really impressive, that it's just always, we're always connected with everything, and there's always information of everything everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So we wanted to a little bit connect with you, because we know that you are open-minded, you're connected, you just need somebody to remind you what you already know, and we just wanted to spend time with you like this. So you can also let us know if you like this kind of videos, because they could maybe inspire you or open you up for something, but still in this like a positive, constructive way, you know. That's what we are trying to do. We don't want to be people angry that somebody eats meat or not, you know. We don't judge it. We also do certain things, you know, but we just want more awareness. So you can also post it underneath the video if you like.
We also want to share with you about our really cool shirts and hoodies that we offer for you. They have the two most powerful affirmations on them. They are thank you and
I love you.
These are the two most powerful affirmations that there are, and if you wear these clothes, the energy in your body will really change in a very positive way. You will carry this energy with you throughout the day, and whenever you are in public and somebody sees you wearing these shirts and they hear these affirmations, it might really make somebody's day. It could maybe even save somebody's life. So we wanted to create something really special and enriching for you with these shirts, and if you're interested to get yourself also some of these really beautiful things, check in the description below this video.
And don't forget that gratefulness is the ultimate state of receivership. So thank you is basically I receive all the time the best for myself.
And if you would love to also share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.